Hi guys, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. And for those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. I want to say hello to Miss Vicky. She is one of the newest subscribers over on my Patreon page. Thank you so very much for joining us over there. I was notified yesterday, so I really appreciate that, Vicky. Thank you so very, very much. If anybody else is interested in subscribing to the channel, you can go to patreon.com and look up Engelgeist. Over there, you get the daily forecast a day early. You also get special readings that are available only over there every month. And at the highest level of subscription, you get a charming every month. So again, thank you to Vicky for signing up and to everybody else that supports me over there. This is the daily forecast for the Greater Collective. It is for the highest good of the Greater Collective, therefore, I believe that it is a timeless message, and when you see it is when it's intended for, but it is originally set and created for Wednesday, December 30th. But messages can also work on days. Sorry, my brain is a little slow this morning. Messages can work whenever we see them. They don't necessarily have to be utilized on the day that they were created, right? So for those of you that watch regularly, great. You guys will be, you'll understand what I'm talking about. And for those of you that, maybe seeing this on a date that's not the 30th, don't worry. It still might be a valid message for you. For those of you that are watching and it does resonate with, you guys have to figure out where it fits in your life. And also, you need to use your own best judgment, your highest intelligence and intuition when making any decisions in your own life. If you choose to make any decisions in your own life after watching any of my videos, know that that is your responsibility. You're responsible for those decisions. And always, listen to professionals in their field over anything I may say, right? So basically, if you're, under the care of a doctor or a therapist, or, you're consulting a lawyer, listen to what they have to say before, anything I say. Okay, so always, you understand. I say it in every video, but I just want to make sure that people understand these are here to support you, not make the decisions for you. All right, and if none of this makes sense at all, like it doesn't seem to fit, that's completely fine. It doesn't mean anything's wrong or off or bad. It just might mean that you might be working on something different at this time, and that's totally acceptable and even encouraged. It's not a bad thing. All right, so let's see what the cards want to tell us for today. What do we need to know? Also, as you guys are watching this, I'm going to just say this to you. Tonight is the full moon in Cancer. Cancer also, the sign of Cancer is associated with the moon. So that tends to be a pretty powerful emotive energy. So keeping that in mind, full moons are great for releasing things, letting things go. So keeping that in mind, if there's anything that you would like to let go of, now would be the time to sort of reflect upon that. Maybe do a small ritual around that. So we have the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands would be the element of fire and spirit. That's the Wands element, right? This could be associated with the sign of Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries, right? The Queen of Wands, to me, we call her the Beyonce card, right? Me and another friend of mine that reads tarot. I love that. Actually, it was her idea to call it the Beyonce card. I just kind of thought it was a perfect synopsis of this card. The Queen of Wands, she's a dynamic person, usually as a rule. She's somebody that makes decisions, takes action, moves quickly. Queens being the element of cups, wands being the element of fire, right? It's kind of like I feel it and then I go after it sort of thing. When I look at the Queen of Wands, she usually has this sort of way of playing within the parameters or knowing the rules, yet also being able to sort of manipulate them or break them in a way that works for her, not at the harm or detriment of others, but she, to me, has a sort of confidence to her, a boldness to her, an ability to take what she needs, not in a selfish way, right? And so when I look at this card, I feel like today hopefully we're feeling empowered. Hopefully we're feeling like ready to take action on whatever it is we're working on, right? Whatever it is we're looking at. Certainly wands would be about the suit of, would be the suit of desire. And we're talking about like spiritual desire, right? So desire, and yesterday's word, actually, now that I think about it, was desire, right? So if we were grounding in yesterday's grounding stone, right, that idea of that desire, the Queen of Wands would naturally follow behind that, right? Because she's now sort of, we're sitting in that desire. We're going, what would this look like? How would this feel if we had this, or if we were in this place, or if our finances were better, or if we had the perfect boyfriend, or whatever it is we're looking for, whatever it is we desire, right? But sort of, to me, the Queen of Wands also, aside from that desire, right, she feels it, she senses it, she goes about like obtaining it, right? There's also this sort of self-assuredness with the Queen of Wands where no matter what we desire, we need to know that we already kind of have it within us, right? And there's this kind of confidence to me with her where that's what I mean by when I say she can manipulate or break the rules. She has an understanding of just going forward and going after what she wants. I don't know if relentlessly is the right word because that's kind of got a negative connotation, but it's got that sort of a vibe to it, right? Or that's how I associate the Queen of Wands, right? She's not gonna let somebody else dictate to her what she can and cannot do. And if there is like some sort of constraint or some sort of limitation, she's gonna find a way around it. And it's probably going to be a rather creative, intelligent, sometimes dynamic way around it, where it works out for everybody in the end, but ultimately it certainly works out for her. The black cat on her shoulder always signifies her kind of tie to the dark side in a way, or at least that's how I see it. Her tie to sort of the subconscious, the spiritual side, our more deeper based desires. And she listens to those things, right? She listens to, how do I want to put this? Like, she has a connection to, everything. And that's sort of how she's able to kind of manipulate or move pieces on the table in a way that works to her advantage. It's never, and I'll repeat this again, it's never at the detriment of others, right? It's not like we're out to get one over on anybody else. It's not that kind of a thing, but it is about that determination. It is about that boldness, right? It's not about, like, to me, Beyonce is wonderful because she does not take sort of no for an answer. She doesn't apologize for herself in a way. She is unapologetically her. She harnesses her intelligence, her sexuality, her sensuality, her beauty, her talent, and she serves them up to you in like here you go. And she runs the world, right? She sings that whole song, Girls Run the World, right? And so she's really empowered in her world and has the effect on so many others' world as an entertainer, right? And that's sort of how the Queen of Wands is. She will go after what she wants without any doubt, any worry, any fear. Yesterday, with that Queen of Pentacles, we had a little bit of sort of what I felt like was hope, maybe a little bit of trepidation. That rabbit that was on the card felt a little bit fearful to me. Or there might have been a little bit of worry about, oh, do we really want this? Can we really make this happen? To me, the Queen of Wands isn't afraid of that. She's about moving forward with determination, clarity. It's almost like the rabbit to me that we saw in yesterday's card is this cat that now sits proudly on her shoulder. Like, so what I mean by that is hopefully some of you have shifted into this idea that, okay, that is what I want. That is what I'm going after, making that commitment, and then sort of stepping forward in it, and owning it wholeheartedly, knowing you deserve it, knowing that within you, you have the power to make it happen, okay? So let's see what the song in my heart has to say. And you have the power to make it happen regardless of the sort of any limitations or any sort of, do you know what I'm saying? Like, a limitation isn't going to stop the Queen of Wands. It's going to almost compel her forward. It's kind of the vibe that I get. All right, so we have, I honor my body. The Manuka flower entrusts me to care for myself. I live and believe in the reminder of self-care. I love this. What a beautiful card. So when I look at her and I look at these flowers all around here and her, I think it's called your décolletage or whatever. To me, it's like we're blooming into our own, maybe. We're honoring ourselves. The Queen of Wands would be more spiritual, right? Because she's fire, she's wands. But yesterday we did see the Queen of Pentacles, which would be earth, which would be the physical body. And so when we're talking about honoring my body, I kind of feel like that's sort of the trace elements of the Queen of Pentacles from yesterday. That honoring of our process of creation. And we do that through self-care, through stopping, taking time for ourselves. Like I said at the beginning of this, tonight's a full moon. Maybe tonight is, do a full moon bath for yourself and honor not only, your spiritual desires and what it is that you want, but also honor the physicality of your body by taking a salt bath or even just a simple bubble bath, burning some sage or a candle, taking some time to reflect. All of that helps to sort of honor not just only the body, but the mind and the spirit and the heart, all of that sort of stuff. Connect with that today. There's I love the powerful feminine intuitive energy that's coming through these two cards, right? And then we also have that sort of nurturing, mothering full moon in Cancer tonight, which is a very strong, emotive, feminine, spiritual, connected, psychic energy. Boom, if that isn't enough for you, right? Harness that. Know that that flows and ebbs within you, right? And there's an opportunity here to sort of allow ourselves to kind of almost step forward in our truth. I feel like those flowers are just opening up on her chest. And I feel like in that bloom of the flower, we see our beauty, we see who we are, we understand what we desire, we understand what we want is completely acceptable. And now that I'm actually looking at this, there's a sunflower down here. Do you see it? So it kind of mimics this I honor my body. Let me look to the grounding stone and see what we should be grounding in for this day. So again, we have it on marble today, and it is respect. When I think of I honor my body, that's certainly a sign of physical respect, right? At the very sort of material or, physical level. Also, when we honor our body, we honor ourselves like the Queen of Wands would, right? She's sort of, she's not selfish, right? But she puts herself first without any trepidation, without any worry, knowing that she comes first, and she has no problem with that. Does that make sense, guys? So, and that's the part where I feel like that's also what honor my body is telling us, is at a very physical level, we need to sort of practice self-care, take care of ourselves, and allow ourselves to see the beauty and the value in who we are and what we bring to the table, what we offer. The Queen of Wands is that deeper desire and that deeper connection to spirit, but also that, feeling empowered and emboldened to go after what it is we want without any remorse or fear or worry. This respect is about respecting the creative nature within each and every one of us individually on our own, right? We don't necessarily need the validation from outside. We need to find it from within and give it back to ourselves through paying this respect or through respecting ourselves in whatever way that takes form today. Does that make sense? As we're doing that, again, harness the power of this full moon and utilize it to nurture yourself, to mother yourself, to be your own, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know if cheerleader is the right word, because I don't feel like this feels more serious than cheerleader. Being your own, I can't think of the word this morning. Not ward, but tending to yourself in such a way that is, however you determine the deepest form of respect, both not only physically but also spiritually. Bring that in today and see what that does for you. That's kind of the feeling that I'm getting from these cards, or the message that I'm getting from these cards, is today would be a great day to do that and channel that all day, and see where that takes you, see how that feels. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense, guys. So that is your forecast for the day. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, for those of you on Patreon, please feel free to go over and vote for the deck for January. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. We only have one more forecast for December, and I will see you guys soon. Thank you so much for your support. Please hit this thumbs up button if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe if you feel so inclined. All right, take care. Bye-bye.